Asia, so they say. It's come all the way around the world, now it's living in the USA. It's looking for a home and living on a cone, cone, cone. Looking for a home and living on a cone.
How we end up driving in El Centro, California, looking utterly ridiculous dressed in bee suits, is a story that begins at Atlantic Center for the Arts, New Smyrna Beach, Florida.
And looking for a home. Well, the bees didn't make much comb, and they didn't make much honey. All year long I'm pulling out my hair and spending all my money. Yes, I'm hooked on bees. Someone help me, please.
Progeny is a project created by Bryce Hammond and me, Luke Aaron Clark. Our collaboration started following a presentation by Doug McGuinness at Atlantic Center for the Arts. As an avid beekeeper and owner of Tropical Blossom Honey, Doug kindly let us conduct field recordings of the bees he cared for on site. Okay, so we set out about 4 in the morning, heading to Orlando Airport. I'm off to Memphis and then on to Vegas, and then Bryce is coming out a few hours later. Since Bryce and I shared an equal interest in the fascinating world of bees, we decided to venture upon an unforgettable journey.
Okay, I'm in Vegas and I'm gonna meet Luke Aaron Clark at the Carousel. I flew in from Atlanta, so we're gonna go see if we can find him at the baggage claim. So there he is, you made it.
Like me, you might have some questions, like, why are we in Vegas? How did we end up unwittingly staying at Hooters? And why is Bryce walking through Vegas carrying a bee suit? Fortunately, we're not here to answer such questions. We're here for the biggest North American beekeeping conference out at the Rio All-Suite Hotel and Casino. You see, much like gambling in Vegas, bees are addictive. All it starts with is one bee, and before you know it, you've invested in a hive, or maybe 2. Or if you're anything like the people we're about to meet, tens of thousands of hives. Addictions can be self-destructive. You see, if you want to make a living out of bees, you're on the road for 8 months of the year. Why? Because farming bees is not all about honey. In fact, it's more about becoming an effective guardian of the world's greatest pollinator, the European honeybee.
I'm just a drone and I can't live on my own. I can't make no honey for the hive.
We'd been told that beekeepers were a quirky bunch, and in continuing to support our project, Doug McGuinness, who had joined us in Vegas, introduced us to key figures within this colourful beekeeping community. People whose livelihoods depend on farming bees. Albert Einstein reputedly said that if bees die, we die. And a USDA study indicated that 1 in 3 mouthfuls of food we eat is pollinated by bees. If human welfare is intrinsically linked to that of a bee, it is without irony that a bee's welfare is fundamentally associated with how we look after them. Dave Hackenberg was the first beekeeper to notice the disappearance of bees.
And in our particular beekeeping operation, we do a lot of pollination work. We pollinate all kinds of crops, blueberries, apples, almonds in California, pumpkins, a whole long list of things. So in 2006, I moved a semi-load of bees south in mid-October, came back 3 weeks later, and over 80-some% of them had vanished, flew away, nothing left.
Following his discovery, now termed colony collapse disorder, Beekeepers, farmers, and scientists alike are working relentlessly to preserve this vital insect. This symbiotic, fragile relationship we have with bees was important to us, and yet, despite the significant and vital politics surrounding bees and the beekeeping community, we had travelled here to learn about bee behaviour and the functionality of a colony.
If you just mind the one question of what is that bee individually in terms of its genetic capabilities, its memory and things, but then how does it function in the superorganism? It's as if you're looking at another animal again.